What's up, gang? I'm your boy Tyler, and you're watching the most trash show on YouTube. And today, I wanted to talk about my Los Angeles, should be San Diego, but unfortunately, we are the Los Angeles Chargers. If you're new to the channel, I never talk about football. I've done fantasy football videos way back in the day. You could probably find those somewhere on my channel, but most of the time I'm talking colognes or I'm talking fight gear or something like that. But I'm stoked on my Los Angeles Chargers draft, baby. We killed it, okay? Now, I just want to talk about the first four rounds, 4 picks, if you will, of the Los Angeles Chargers draft. And that's simply because after that, I don't really know enough about those guys. I watched a little bit of highlights on some of the, Jamari Caldwell, for example, because I didn't really pay attention to him in college. But listen, guys, we got a motherfucking running back. Last year, when we got J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, that was a big steaming pile of shit. And I was yelling at the TV when I was like, no, I don't want these Ravens fucking, chewed up and spit out leftovers. I just don't want them, okay? J.K. Dobbins, valiant effort until he got hurt like he does every year. Gus Edwards, absolute garbage like he was every year. I mean, even when he was fully healthy, 4 yards in a cloud of dust, and then, he would just fall forward for 4 yards. It wasn't a good look, okay? Then we signed Najee Harris, and I was ready to fucking throw a rock through my TV because, listen, I know the numbers. If you just look at the stats and you never watch Najee play, you might say, oh, look, this guy always gets 1,000 yards. The guy gets 1,000 rushes, okay? He averages fucking negative yards per carry. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but Najee's best ability is his availability, and that's a fucking it. If you look at Najee, why has he had so much success? He's on the field all the time, and he never gets hurt. Somehow he's the most durable guy in the NFL, and he can never break away for a big run or get out of bounds and not take contact. This guy's getting hit hard by linebackers and D-line every fucking play, and somehow he never gets hurt. He stays healthy. Good. I don't wish injury on anybody. But when the Chargers signed him, I was like, dude, here we fucking go again. Another fucking, high tread running back with more miles on him than a fucking long haul Mack truck. What are we doing here? We got fucking Omari and Hampton. Bro, if you want to talk about the best running backs in the draft, obviously we talk about Ashton Jeanty, but I'm not here to talk about the Las Vegas Faders, okay? Fuck the Faders. We're here to talk Chargers. This guy is the most NFL-ready, built running back. We're talking 220 pounds, 6 foot, okay? For all of y'all that say, Jeanty's in a league of his own, yeah, maybe, but he's also 205 and 5'7", okay? He's a small fucking guy. Nobody wants to talk about the size, and nobody wants to talk about how size definitely matters in the NFL when the leading rushers are Derrick Henry and fucking Saquon Barkley, okay? So, whatever, man. Do you, but this is the guy I fucking wanted. I didn't think we were going to get him. I didn't think he'd fall to us. When he did, and they took him, I was fucking stoked. So, everybody's saying, oh, by the end of the season, he's going to get the starting role. By the end of the season. Harbaugh is not a fucking idiot. He's going to start this guy early. I'm guessing like the first 4 weeks, it's going to be around 50-50 split between him and Najee, okay? But once you see that Najee runs an 8-second 40-yard and he's fucking, never breaking off big runs, and then you're going to see the Omari and Hampton effect, you're absolutely going to see him take over. And I could see him by week 5, 6, getting a 75-25 bell cow-esque split between him and Najee, okay? So this guy's big, he's powerful, he's patient, and his jump cuts into the hole, okay, at the last minute are fucking phenomenal. The only downside I see on him is that he looks for contact, okay? So when he's in open space and it's one-on-one, him in a corner, him in a safety, him in a linebacker, and then green grass behind him, he likes to lower his shoulder and truck dudes. Hey, listen, I got news for you. It's the fucking NFL. You can't truck those grown-ass men with a family of 5 at home and fucking, child support payments to 3 different women and fucking grown ass men with beards, okay? You're not going to be able to truck everybody. So I'd like to see him be a little bit more shifty in the open field. He's athletic enough to do it, and he definitely has great jump cuts. You see it when he hits the hole. But that's the only downside. This guy's durable, never missed a fucking game. Like I said, fast for how big, 4'4", 40, and he's 200 pounds, and he's 6 foot. If we can get him to once in a while make a juke in the open field instead of trying to punish everyone, he could end up being the best running back in this draft class. And yes, I'm saying possibly better than Ashton Jeanty, because keep in mind, Ashton Jeanty is playing for the Raiders, and the Raiders fucking suck. So that's neither here nor there. The second round pick we got is Tre Harris, okay? This is a receiver that, okay, a lot of people are going to look at his 40 time and say, it's over 4.5. What are we doing here? The guy was dealing with a lower body injury that he's like getting healed from. So I don't think that's his fastest 40 he could have ran. I think he's definitely faster on tape if you watch him, but we don't need him to be a speed demon. What we need him for is to do what Justin Herbert is used to having success with, which is having a big, tall, strong guy like a Mike Williams, who, by the way, Mike Williams is back even though he's 100 years old, and get down the field. He's like 6'4", 220, big as hell. Go up and get jump balls and take the safeties further down the field, fucking away from Ladd McConkey. And if you think about it, the last time Justin Herbert had a great season passing-wise, if you just go by the stats, was when he had Keenan Allen running all these gadgety over the middle, cutting routes, and then Mike Williams just running go balls. Now we have that. We have that right now, but the 2.0 version, because we got Ladd McConkey running those over the middle intermediate routes with multiple cuts in them and separating that way. And now we have two guys. Mike Williams, we'll see what he can do. He's pretty old. And Tre Harris, okay? And then, so I think he's more useful in this system and with what Justin Herbert wants to do, who's got one of the best long balls in the game, in stretching the defense, forcing guys not to load up the box and get some deep balls, and gets the safeties to have to commit to a guy that's going downfield and not just double team Ladd McConkey and try to box him in. The third guy we got is Jamari Caldwell. Now, if you don't know Jamari Caldwell, you watch his game tape. He's, how do I put it? He's not a sexy player. There's nothing that this guy does on film that you're like, wow, what an athlete, what an amazing player. But what he is deceivingly fast for his size, and he's like 340, 6'1", okay? So we're talking about bringing the Jamal Williams wall back, okay? And he doesn't get pushed back. This guy, listen, he's not going to be Aaron Donald getting to the quarterback, blowing up the pocket. That's not his job. We got this guy for one thing and one thing only. The AFC West, all the teams with Ashton Jeanty, Isaiah Pacheco, whatever running back you want to choose on the Broncos, they all want to run the ball. And the Chargers have been ass against the run for the past 5 years. Absolute dog shit, man. We couldn't stop. We couldn't stop a water leak with a plumber. You know what I mean? I don't even know if that's a good saying, but we couldn't stop shit. Everybody just ran up the gut, and it was an automatic 4 yards plus every single play. When every single time the other team runs the ball, you're giving up 4+ yards. That's going to end up being in 3rd and short or converting 3rd downs. You know what I mean? Moving the chains. You can't just get run on all the time like that. And, whatever dudes were doing that to us. It wasn't like these world beaters. We weren't playing Derrick Henry every week. We weren't playing Saquon Barkley. We weren't playing, Christian McCaffrey or Jahmyr Gibbs, bro. We were playing fucking bums last year, okay? Just the oldest running backs, playing in the AFC West last year, or the most unproven whatever guys, okay? So now we have this fire hydrant low mountain of a man, and they've been saying it since high school, man. If you played football, low man wins. That's defensive coaches, offensive coaches that coach guys in the trenches. They always say low man wins. And nothing is lower than a 340-pound dude that's only 6'1". This guy will get up under offensive line's pads and create a fucking wall, and he's wide as hell. So he's going to eat up blocks, and he's going to force running backs to have to kick it out and force them to our good players on the outside. Speaking of our good players on the outside, the last guy I'm going to talk about in the 4th round is Kyle Kennard. Okay, Kyle Kennard was a sack leader in the SEC. Now, this guy is a freak athlete. However, he's very raw. I mean, you don't listen. He played in the SEC and led the whole SEC in sacks. That's the biggest of the big boy leagues in all of college, and that's no joke. Okay, but he doesn't have a whole lot of moves, and he sometimes gets locked up on blocks because he doesn't have a whole bag of moves. He doesn't have the spin move. He doesn't have the Myles Garrett bend and chop. He doesn't have, you know, the fake outside, go inside move. He doesn't have that. He's fast, athletic, and he doesn't quit on the play. So what happens is, if guys are doing their job down the field covering guys, eventually he's strong and athletic and fast enough to, come around the back end and get the quarterback from behind. Now, in the NFL, you need to have moves, especially as a pass rusher. But the fact that in the 4th round, especially losing Joey Bosa this offseason, we need to fill that void. We need to get a good pass rusher. He's raw, but if we can get him a little bit more polish, the athleticism is there. The athleticism, the size, and definitely the speed. This guy's fast as hell. His main thing was, I'm going to just beat you off the line. If you're a slow left guard or left tackle or right tackle, I'm going to sprint past you at a speed that you're not ready for. This guy has NFL speed. He doesn't quite have NFL moves yet, but I think that his high motor burst off the line is going to be a definite plus for the Chargers. And listen, guys, after this draft, with our coaching staff, owners be damned. I can't stand the Spanos family. I want them to sell so bad. I freaking hate the fact that they disgrace the team and blame San Diego, and now we're renting from the Rams. Like, what a fucking joke. You're an NFL franchise renting from another NFL franchise. What are we doing, bro? At least go back to Carson, bro. At least those games are lit, and it was in a little fishbowl stadium, and every seat was a good seat, and there was actual Chargers fans because it was more south, and people from San Diego could drive up. Nobody wants to drive up to fucking Inglewood from San Diego, dude. Fuck that. But anyways, I digress. I think we killed it on the draft. I know there's more players that we drafted. I know there's 7 rounds in the draft, and we got all kinds of picks, but those are the 4 key guys that I think is going to take us over the top. And guys, I am a Justin Herbert truther. I'm a Justin Herbert apologist. But really this season, okay, I know there's rookies on the team. I can already hear people saying, well, you got to let them bake. You got to let them cook. No, bro. Win now. We are in win now mode. If we don't win now, okay, it's not like it's going to get better. Okay, Justin Herbert's in the prime of his career. He needed a running back. We got it. He needed a deep ball guy. We got 2. In Mike Williams and Trey Harris. You know, we have Ladd McConkey. That guy was a top 10 receiver by the numbers last year. If you just look at the numbers, production plus touchdowns, he was him. Okay, we didn't address tight end, but we did get Tyler Conklin, and we still have Big Montana playing tight end. So nothing sexy there, but that's fine. Justin Herbert's operated the best when we have a route running savant and a deep ball guy. And when we have that combo, he gets big numbers, baby. Big numbers. And this is the year, guys. If we don't do it this year, I'm not saying it's not going to happen next year, but listen, Khalil Mack's getting a little long in the tooth. We are kind of patching together our O-line. It's actually, serviceable now. We have some good fucking O-line players. Not the best, but we have a good O-line now, and we have weapons. So when you have those things, okay, and we have Derwin James, and we have, Khalil Mack, and we have a fire hydrant in Jameer Caldwell plugging up the middle to stop the run. It is the fucking time. And listen, the rest of the division, if you're talking about quarterbacks, the Broncos are only going to get better the more their young quarterback ages. The Kansas City Chiefs, they looked human this year. They looked like trash in the Super Bowl. Their defense is not what it was. And their weapons are aging out, bro. Aging Travis Kelce. No more Tyreek Hill. The Raiders, they're on the up and up, okay? They just grabbed the best running back in the draft by most people's standards and most people's projections. And, they're only going to get better. So we need to win now. Now is the time. It's not enough to make playoffs anymore. We need to win the fucking division. And if we don't win the division, still we need to make playoffs and have zero fucking excuses, especially with the extra wild card seat that we have now. And we need to knife through the AFC, okay? The AFC is no longer the best division in football. The NFC is way better. You have way better teams on that side of the field. It's not even close anymore. We have a powerhouse team, and we need to make this shit go now, okay? Chargers, bolt up, baby. We killed it in the draft. I'm giving it an A-, okay? Because, I kind of wish we drafted a tight end in like round 3 or 4. But hey, we addressed a lot of problems, and Harbaugh is the truth. We know what we're fucking doing. Let's go, baby. Bolt up. Thank you for watching Most Trash Show on YouTube. Garage Guns, and we are out of this bitch.